Hello everyone, welcome to the video. I'll be explaining about the basics of the game Shipping Manager 2024. I'll introduce you to all the options and features available in this game. This is how the interface looks like after opening the game. This is our current bank balance in dollars and this is the number of tokens we have. Cash is the basic currency used to purchase the ships, fuel, for dry docking etc. and these tokens are valuable and used to purchase special items from the store. We get these tokens through completing achievement only in watching ads. Now we will check different tabs available. First we will check out the company tab. Here we will see different informations regarding our company like name, founded date, etc. etc. Company reputation is important here and we have to keep it around 4-star or above by doing marketing campaigns, which we will see later. And at the beginning of the game only container ships are available for players. We need to purchase tanker ops from the store using in-game tokens to be able to use tanker vessels. If we go down, these are the list of achievements and by completing them we'll get tokens as rewards. Now we'll check out the staff section. These are the available staffs with us by default and based on our requirement we can hire staffs like COO. It's important to keep the morale high, otherwise it will affect our percentage of cargo loaded per ship. For that what we can do is increase the salary of these staffs. Now the crew satisfaction is showing as very happy and management satisfaction as happy only, so to increase that we need to find that one and give a raise to him. See, now it turned to very happy. Need not to always keep the morale at 100, above 80% will be good. Now if we click here we can go to the training option. This is where we train our employees to achieve certain skills. Some of these skills are not available right now as we haven't hired that particular staff. We get one training point after reaching every new level, and by using that we can train them on different skills like reduced fuel consumption. It's very important to use all these points wisely as they're key to managing your company. Now let's get to the next tab, Fleets. This will show the list of ships we have. And if you want to purchase a ship one, go to the orders. These are the available list of ships in the game. Select one according to the capacity and money you have. More the capacity, more money you will make. All these are used vessels and we can build custom ships based on our requirement, but it will cost you more. To do that, select new vessel. Select the type of ship and capacity. Name. The port where you want this ship. We can only choose one of these given ports for new ships. Click on next. Choose the engine you want. While choosing the engine, fuel consumption and CO2 emissions are to be noted. More powerful engines require more fuel and more the emissions. And by choosing more powerful engine we can increase the range of travel of the ship, which will allow us to create longer routes. In the next tab we'll increase the power of the engine a little more. I'm doing it only to increase the range of the ship, but this will also increase fuel consumption and CO2 emissions. So keep it balanced based on your requirement. In the next section we can select some more features of our ship. I usually purchase this two options, anti-fouling decreasing the CO2 emissions by 10% but at the expense of 1% increase in fuel consumption. And the bulbous bow which will reduce both CO2 and fuel consumption by 3%. And finally we order the ship. We can check the delivery status in this section. And here is anchor points, which is used to increase our capacity. If we want to buy more ships we should increase the capacity and for that we should buy anchor points. These anchor points get very expensive by progressing throughout the game, so I would suggest you to purchase anchor points while you're in lower levels if you have the money. Next we should check the routes tab. This is where we can see all our routes. If we click one of the ships we can see all the details. This is a tanker. Currently this ship is in Port Akurei in Iceland and it's on route Port Kotka in Finland. These are the daily demands at the ports for barrels. That means if we depart a ship to this port carrying barrels, that much amount of barrels will be reduced from this demand the next time we're sending a tanker vessel. Container ships have different demand in terms of TEUs, which means 20-foot equivalent unit. This is the total distance of the route, 1,984 nautical miles. Speed at which ship is going to travel. Amount of fuel used. The price we've set as a fee for transporting the barrels. And the harbor fee, we have to pay at the port. This means we have to pay somewhere between $8 to $69. By using longer routes we can reduce the harbor fee. This is the capacity, maximum amount of barrels that can be transported by this ship. It should be less than the demand at the port. Now we can edit this route by clicking here. If we increase the fuel consumption, we can reduce the travel time. We can assign guards for security based on the risk. One guard will cost $700 per trip. Since it is 0 now, guards won't be needed. For pirate-prone areas guards are necessary. Now if we click on this drop-down advanced option, we can set the price we charge for barrels. It's always better to keep that to the suggested amount or nearby prices. If we increase the price too much, it'll affect the number of barrels filled in our ship. It'll be very less than the actual capacity and it'll affect the profits. Click Save after editing the route. This anchored section shows the list of ships that has no routes assigned. And these are the list of ports that we've routes created to. Click on this blue drop-down arrow, you can see the list of ships assigned to that port. Now let's see how to create a new route for a ship. Ships without any routes and anchored are shown in blue color. We click on that. Create route. Show all ports. These are the ports available within the range of this ship. We select one port from it. Here it shows the demand at the port, which is very higher than the capacity of our ships. This is the demand for containers, and other one is the demand for barrels, which is applicable to tankers only. And these ports are classified based on its demand as small, medium, large, extra large. This is the harbor fee, which is comparatively high due to small distance. Now, as we've done before, adjust the time, guards, and price. Now let's check out the bunker. This is where we buy the fuel and CO2 quotas. Here it shows the variation of fuel price in the last hours. It changes after every 30 minutes. It's better to buy fuel when the price is low, up to $450 or below that. We can increase our tank capacity by watching ads or purchasing using tokens. Even though I would never recommend you to use tokens to upgrade capacity. Increasing the capacity gradually is important. As the game progresses, we will be needing more fuel for more ships. Same goes with the CO2 quotas also. We've to always keep the CO2 levels above this line and keep it green, otherwise this icon will turn red. We can still depart ships without CO2, but it will drastically affect the percentage of cargo filled. If it's a 10,000 TU capacity ship, only 4,000 TUs will be filled, and this low CO2 quotas will be one of the reasons. Price of CO2 goes up to $5, so I would recommend you to purchase it when the price is $11 or below. Next is the finance section. This is the company reputation we've seen earlier. We need to do marketing campaigns to increase reputation. It will be having time limits also, so we've to do it every day. But this one is also critical for making good profits. As we've said in the case of CO2, if the company had poor reputation, the percentage of cargo filled will be low. So do all the marketing campaigns and try to reach at least 85% or above. The money you're spending on it is worth it. And this section shows the share market in the game. By default this won't be available for new users. We've to purchase IPO feature from the store by spending tokens, only then you'll be eligible for buying and selling shares. This is the value of my company's share, and these are the companies that bought my shares. In this market tab we can buy shares of the companies we want. So far I have invested these much amount into different companies, and if I sell all these now I'll be getting these much returns. It's like 8 times profit. Now this history shows all the money flows of our company, income, expenses, etc. Next one is the maintenance tab. Here there are two options: repair and dry docking. We does repair to reduce the wear on the vessel. And we can do repair whenever we want, even during traveling, but the dry docking is complex and it has to be sent to a port having dry dock facility, cancelling the current route. Dry docking and repair, both are necessary even though the game allows you to depart ships even after skipping these, but having more percentage of wear on the ships will reduce the profit from each trip, and skipping dry docking will impose huge fines. Without paying that we can't continue playing the game. This is the current amount of wear on the vessel. By default the game suggests to do maintenance if it is above 10%. And this is how we do it. I prefer doing bulk repair if I have money. For dry docking, after completing a certain hours, which depends on the ship, they've to be compulsorily sent for dry docking. This needs maintenance alert, shows it has to be sent for dry docking. This shows the hours remaining for this ship to be sent for dry docking. Now let's see how to send a ship for dry docking. Click on Ship to Dry Dock. This will show the list of ports available with dry dock facility. Now our ship is located here, so we'll be choosing a port nearest to that. Select the port. Click on Next. I don't want to leave the ship to that port after dry docking. Instead I want the ship to return to the current port after dry docking and continue its previous route. So I disable this option. We can set the speed also if we want. And finally I select Depart. This is how we do dry docking. Another option is if our ship is currently anchored at a port with dry docking facility, we can simply click on the dry docking and no need to choose the port on map and these options. Also this ship to dry dock feature is used for another purpose. If you want to move your ship another region and start a route there, that is very far beyond the range of that ship, for example from North America to Europe, we can use this ship to dry dock feature. What we have to do is, enable leave anchored to that port option and disable carry out dry docking on arrival. This will move your ship to other parts and you can create a new route there. Now this is the community tab. Developers will make their announcements through here. And we can create a topic and ask questions in any of these forums. Next is the Alliance tab. This is the groups among the players. We can join the alliance we want or create a new one and compete against other alliances in the league. This is our alliance and we're in league level 4. Members of good performing alliances will have good bonuses and rewards. All we have to do is depart ships. Contribution is what matters. Departing bigger ships will give more contribution. Total sum of contribution from all the players is the score of the alliance. Alliances are ranked in the league based on that score. This co-op feature enable us to send other alliance members ships. We will be having some tickets every day, we can use that to co-op. This also helps to increase the score of the alliance. And there is group chat and settings to enable or disable the co-op. This is the League L standings. We're currently on top of the league and winners will be promoted to Tier 3. These are the leading alliances globally. And this is the Management tab, where you can accept and remove players. Only CEO will be having option to kick out other players. Now this is the shop that we were talking about. There is option to purchase cash and tokens using real money. And this where we purchase all the special features. Here I've purchased tanker ops for using tanker vessels and IPO for enabling share market by spending tokens. That's why I said use tokens wisely as they're important. In this section you can watch ads to earn tokens and more. We can earn 4 tokens daily by watching ad, by clicking this icon here. There is an in-game mail available, we can send messages to other players. And there are pirates in this game. We'll be getting mails like this if our ship gets hijacked, then we'll click on that mail and they're asking for money to release the ship. Either we can directly accept the price, negotiate with them to decrease the price. After giving them money the ship will be released. Regions which are highly prone for pirate attacks in this game are African ports, near Caribbean ports, China and Southeast Asia counties like Indonesia, Philippines, etc. This is how the map will look like. Showing in these green color are our ships that are at ports ready for departure, and these red circles with a number in it shows there are more than one ship at the same port. It's okay to assign 2 vessels to a port, but we should consider the demand in that port also. By clicking here we can see the ports available, zoom it to view more. These are the maps available. By default you'll be only having standard map, we can purchase it from the store. Now this is a quick menu, where we can see the summary of our ships. We can depart all from here also. This red alert means this ship is due for dry docking. So that's all about the game. While you're playing it you'll understand more about it and have your own strategy. Some tips that I've to share with you is. Basically our objective is to make more cash. For that we need to get good profit from each departure. Even if we depart some ships we'll see it's not fully filled, so that will reduce the profit. The solutions for this are. Keep the company reputation high, more than 4 stars. Do regular repair on ships, more wear will reduce profits. Keep the employee and management morale very happy. Make sure that CO2 quotas are not read before departure. Check the daily demand at the port. If you're using large ports or above it'll always have plenty of demand. And some strategies for earning more are, if you only check the game once or twice a day, create longer routes. For longer routes you can earn more per container, or try to increase the fuel capacity. It'll help you to buy fuel at low price and keep it. Some players use the strategy of selling ships and buying the same ship again instead of doing dry docks. New build ships are better than used ones. It has lesser dry docking costs and more hours in between dry docking. Hope you all have enjoyed this. If you have any doubts or questions let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.